Good morning. It's like morning to me, fam. Hey, fam. Oh, already in the chat saying happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you for becoming a new member, Angus. That was my dog. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Thank you for becoming a new member. Hello. I discovered yesterday about your video on how Dems can't be reformed, which now I share whenever I'm agitated to explain. Happens a lot these days. Thank you, the toiletist. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it because it took me a while to edit it. Just because it's why is my wait, I did take a screenshot. What? Sorry guys. My husband is, husbanding. I don't know why he's. Anyway, how is everyone? Thank you guys for the happy birthdays. Thank you guys. Yeah, I wanted to say hi and hang with you guys for a little bit before I go offline because I'm gonna be offline for the next probably few days. And by that I mean, like, of course my dog wants to go outside. You guys, I think that my dog does this on purpose. Like, I really do. I think that he barks to, come on, Eggie, to get attention when he knows that I am doing something. Come on, Eggie. Why agree? Now he wants to go outside. So how's everybody doing? So I was saying that, like, I'm gonna probably be offline for the next few days. So I wanted to, do a little live and hang with you guys for a little bit before I, go offline for a few days. I mean, I'm not gonna be totally offline, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like MIA. Like, I'll still be like posting here and there, but I'm definitely not going to be as active as I usually am. So, yeah. So like I said, I'll still be posting, here and there, like uploading a video here and there, checking my Twitter here and there. I'll probably be like uploading a video here and there and like checking my Twitter, but like for the most part, I'm not going to be, doing it, like actively, like as often as I do, being online as often as I am, and like basically like uploading videos constantly. I'm just going to take a little bit of a break. Your videos are hilarious. Thank you, Roro. I'm just going to be taking like a couple day break just because I am always like on and always like creating, always making content, always streaming, like always doing that stuff. So I'm going to take a couple days. Where's my Brooklyn hat? It's hanging up. Why? Do you not recognize me without it? No, this is a chill stream. That's why I'm just sitting on my couch. Thank you, Welsh. Call the national. Oh my gosh, speaking of that, Roro, my video making fun of Shai Davidi and the Columbia clowns. Did you guys see that Shai Davidi was protesting at Columbia? Doesn't go there. You don't even go here because of the Amsterdam riots. Like, he showed up at the at Columbia University to cry about the Amsterdam riots that they fucking started. Oh my, yes, he was fired. But he keeps going back. That's why it's so many. Okay, we'll have to watch the video, you guys, just to make fun. This live doesn't have any structure to it. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. This doesn't have any structure to it. We're just hanging out. We're having coffee. Yeah, we're just hanging out and we're having coffee because I wanted to like hang with you guys for a little bit before I go offline for a few days. Some asshole comes into my chat and goes, "Is that a wig?" Go away. It's my birthday, bitch. It's my birthday. In fact, you're rude. You should be sending me a Venmo, bitch, or a super chat. Send me a super chat. Venmo's at I am Blakely. If you're going to be rude, you should come with a little bit of humility and money, okay? Get out of here. I'm not dealing with this on my birthday. Hey, Matthew, thank you. Thank you, Montana. Thank you guys all for the birthday wishes. Oh, thank you, Dolene. Happy birthday to a fellow Scorpio. True. True. Us Scorpios, man. Ah, shit. I just spilled coffee on my shirt. Yeah, so, do you guys like my cup? Isn't it so cute? Yeah, Viva Amsterdam. That was amazing. And then they doxed that guy, the cute guy. They're like, make him famous. Everybody know his name. I'm like, you're just making him look really cool, by the way. Happy birthday from another NB. Thank you, Logan. Is that cup made in China? No, it's a Palestinian-owned business, fool. They're two Palestinian sisters. I think I did get something that from Etsy that might have come from China, but I try when I'm buying Palestinian merch to get it from Palestinian-owned businesses. I'm afraid of glass cups, my dog. No, you know what? You're right. Shabam. Sorry, I just didn't mean to botch your name, but I hear you. I usually don't have glass cups either because of my dogs, and my husband, frankly, breaks a lot of stuff. So I try not to, but Insubordinate Academic, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Happy birthday. And this is for you to buy a cheap shirt that says, this ain't no. Thank you so much, Insubordinate Academic. I appreciate that. Cheers. Wish you the best. Gotta bounce. Okay, Roro. See you later. We're just hanging. Roro, come back later and watch this live, though, because I am going to play the clip of Shy Davidi. Like I said, there's no structure to this live. We're just hanging out. But at some point, I do want to play you guys that embarrassing clip of Shy Davidi protesting at Columbia and crying and wanting attention. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate your videos. They have helped really process what I was feeling. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Montana, because that's like what my hope is for a lot of it, to like either help people understand or like just help people like not feel so crazy or alone, because we're in like a very intense, constant state of gaslighting constantly. Yes, Johan. Thank you. Yes, and you can support me by becoming a member on either Ko-Fi or Patreon. You can support me through Patreon or Ko-Fi, which is just becoming a monthly member to support my work. Or you can become a member on YouTube. Or you can donate to my Venmo to support my work. And if you don't want to do any of that, you can still subscribe to my YouTube, which is free. So thank you. Yes, your videos do simplify things. I try to keep it concise. I do. Because there's just so much lying. There's so much like honestly, if you didn't know what really happened in Amsterdam this week, you might believe the mainstream media, right? There was so much propaganda. I got to run too. Okay, thanks, Matthew. Watching the Arsenal game. Thank you, Matthew. My wife is Iranian, and we're certain that the war is going to, break out in the next year. I'm worried about that. I honestly am. Because they've been trying to do it since October 7th. Like, straight up. That is what I try to do, is I try my content. I try to filter out some of the lies coming from mainstream media because there's so much of it. It's insane. Like the propaganda that was coming out about what happened with Amsterdam was like a fire hose. I remember Hank Green losing his mind on Blue Sky because he didn't understand why the Dems lost. I just linked your video. You know what's amazing? Okay, it's funny that you bring up Hank Green because I saw a video where he was getting mad at a chart that somebody was showing, and it was such cope. Like there is so much copium from the Democrats right now. So much copium. There's so much cope to try to explain why they lost and not accept it, right? Like they want to explain their loss away, but they don't want to accept why they lost. So they're grabbing at straws. They're grabbing all this stuff. It's all kind of cope. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. Well, actually this. Well, actually that. It's like I saw like a clip from a Hank Green video where he's like debunking this chart and talking about how it's misleading. And the whole thing was just so cope. No, they're really not. If you want to support me, you can send me a super chat or a Venmo or become a member on one of my multiple platforms. You can become a member and support my work on. Thank you. The DNC lawsuit. Yeah. So the thing about the Democrats is that there's literally zero self-reflection. None to be had, none to be found. There is, I just made a video. I haven't posted it to YouTube yet, but I did post it to TikTok, talking about their embarrassing attacks on the Latino community for losing. Like, it's so embarrassing, the cope and the blame game that they're trying to do to the Latino community for losing. Happy birthday, dogs. Rule they do. I've got to go let my boys in. They're still outside. Hold on just a sec. In fact, I gotta go now. Goodbye. I know. I usually don't. Yes, the dachshunds are the best. Usually I don't stream this early. I'm just streaming this early because I'm gonna be offline mostly for the rest of the day. Thank you, Coco Butter, for the super chat. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday. Your content is the best, and I hope you have. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, that's why I'm going live earlier, because I'm going to be offline mostly the rest of the day. I'm still going to post the video that I made about Democrats attacking Latinos. Yeah, I'm still going to post the video that I made about Democrats attacking Latinos. But I already recorded that video. I'm just going to upload it later. But for the most part, I'm going to mostly be offline for the rest of the day. I'll still check Twitter here and there, but like, yeah, I'm taking a break for the day. Where's the cake? Oh, I don't know. I'll probably get one later. Let's play a game. Let's see if you guys can guess what my favorite cake is. Okay, if you had to guess based on what you guys know about my personality at this point, what do you think my favorite cake is? My favorite type of cake? Red velvet. Wrong. I do like red velvet, though. I used to think I didn't like it, and then I realized I did at a wedding. Lemon, chiffon, velvet, pineapple, vanilla, strawberry. I still haven't seen a correct one. Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Carrot cake. Carrot cake is my favorite cake. It is the absolute best. Best. Nah, carrot cake. Carrot cake all day, every day. I do like cheesecake. I like cheesecake, but there's nothing like carrot cake, especially the way my sister makes it. My sister makes the best carrot cake every year on Thanksgiving. Ooh, ooh, girl. No, you're right, Robert. Not when it's dry. But my sister makes amazing carrot cake because she makes it and it's not dry, and it also she doesn't put raisins in it because I don't like raisins in it. Anarchic troll, you would like my sister's carrot cake. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you would. Thank you, Darth, for the super chat. Thank you. Fellow Scorpio, no wonder you're cool. My birthday is the 12th. Woo! Much love from Michigan. From a libertarian. Okay, cool. Thank you, Darth. Well, thank you for having an open mind and coming to a channel of somebody that is definitely not a libertarian. Fellow Scorpio, though, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I always appreciate when somebody will watch my content who doesn't really share my ideological worldview. God bless you, sneeze. I know. Thank you. I have really, really bad allergies. Later, I have to go. Have a great day, yo. Okay, buy the stuff. Yeah, you guys could come. Anybody could come and go, whatever. We're just hanging. We're just hanging. Scorpios. True. We're just going to be hanging for a while. We're just going to be hanging for a while until... I don't know. We'll just hang for a while until my sister gets here. Or until a little bit before my sister gets here. I'm an ex-libertarian. Reading Peniel Joseph converted me. Huh. Interesting. Pickle the Pirate. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Happy birthday. Nice to find another black-pilled lefty like me. I wish the libs had tears for gossip. Yeah, for real. For real, for real. That actually, like, pissed me off. I know, like, people are mad, and some people have said I've been insensitive to, like, how Democrats feel about the loss of Trump. But genuinely, I'm having I do feel empathy for some people who are upset about losing to Trump. But my empathy has its limits because I'm like, where were those tears for the children of Gaza? You know what I mean? Like, I really feel you there in that comment because that's how I felt. Like, I see all these people crying and talking about how they're done and, you know, fuck this and fuck that. And I'm like, where were those fucking tears for the children of Gaza over the last year? I'm just having a hard time, you know? Rather than just exactly a capitalist warmonger. True. Free Palestine. Thank you so much. And, you know, honestly, I've been kind of a black-pilled lefty for a while, but my thing is that I try not to be one of those leftists that just makes my whole personality hating the Democrats. You know what I mean? Because there definitely are some people like that like their whole thing is just shitting on Democrats. Like they never have anything to say about the Republicans. Like that annoys me because that's not an ideology, right? You know, but the fact remains that like the criticisms of the Democratic Party and what sellouts they are and their project to just continue to move to the right and lose is true. It's true. But it doesn't make the Republicans good. That's the thing that drives me crazy about some people. They'll be like, Democrats suck and are sellout, therefore Republicans are good. It's like, no, bro. Therefore, they're not good. Like one doesn't equal the other. Time for a third party for the people. True. The thing is about that, though, that's bummer, is that Free Palestine from India. Yes, Johannan, thank you. I like that. Yes, we do need a third party, but you know the thing is that it's going to be a lot of work that I don't think a lot of people want to put in. Number one, there was the People's Party. Remember the movement for a People's Party, and then it ended up falling apart because like the people that were leading it were like grifting and stealing, or I don't know if they were stealing, but they were like grifting. It like fell apart. And then the other thing is, and I know that some people do not want to hear this. They really like the Green Party, but I don't think the Green Party is the answer to people who want to leave the Democratic Party. Like, to me, the Green Party is not great. They really haven't done shit. They really haven't done shit. And like, I don't know. I could say a lot about the Green Party, and I'll hold my fire on that. I'm trying not to criticize the Green Party too much because the loss just happened. But there will be plenty of time for analysis for that. There will be plenty of time for analysis for that. I think what I'll say is right now, and then we can move on, is I will not be joining the Green Party. I do not think the Green Party is the answer for those who even believe in electoral politics, because I know that there are socialists and Marxists and communists that don't even believe in electoral politics. But for those of us who do vote and want to continue to vote, or for those who do believe in electoral politics, I'm just going to say right now, leaving the Democratic Party is one thing, but I do not think the Green Party is the answer because they have shown themselves to be ineffective. AOC was ultimately right on the Greens showing up election season. Yeah, I never said she was wrong. I thought she was the wrong messenger because she's been really cringe and co-opted by the Democratic establishment. So when she did that, I was like, everybody was getting mad at her about what she said. I was like, it wasn't what she said that bothered me. I don't think what she said was wrong. It was who it was coming from. It was the fact that it was coming from her that I think bothered a lot of people. Oh, thanks, Summer. Oh, thank you, Darth, again for the super chat. I'm not socially conservative, though. My economics are on the right. I'm an ANCAP, and my mom is an ANCOM. No beef with lefty wingers, though. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I actually that's probably my biggest difference, though, with libertarians is on economics. I'm probably more socially conservative than some people, but my economics are way to the left of a lot of people. Thank you, Jamon. The Jamon, thank you. Oh, Jamon, you asked me the other day. I didn't see it, sorry, in the live chat, but I saw that you asked me for the link or the source to the exit polling that I was showing the other day on my stream. I didn't see it till I looked back after the live stream to edit it. Then I was looking through the comments. I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that. The link, it doesn't let me post a link here. But the article, if you want to Google it really quick or write it down, is from the NBC Washington, and it's called How Presidential Voting Demographics Changed Between 2020 and 2024, is the article from NBCWashington.com. Thank you, Lloyd. My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Thank you. I hope you run for office one day. They would never let me, Lloyd. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you guys so much. My dog barking again. Like, I know what you're doing. I know this grift, okay? They would never let me run for office. Can you imagine AIPAC? Bro. Okay, so my dog does this thing, this grift, where I always give them a treat when they go outside to go to the bathroom. So he does this grift where he pretends to go to the bathroom so that I'll give him a treat. And then it's just a repeat grift. What do you guys think of this painting? Hold on. Wait. Sorry. What do you guys think of that painting, honestly? I didn't do it, so it won't hurt my feelings if you guys don't like it. But, like, be honest. What do you guys think? I want you guys to be very for real. Like I said, especially since it's not my painting, so even if you say it sucks, I like bothered by it. Are you a hipster? What does being a hipster even mean? Does it even have an actual definition anymore? Like, I guess if you define a hipster as being somebody who lives in Brooklyn, I guess. I live in Brooklyn, so I guess you could call me a hipster because of that. But like, what does it even mean? Like, define it for me. Sorry, guys, my medication alarm is going off. She's too poor to be a hipster. True, except for it's not she. Pickle pirate, I'm non-binary, so it's they, them. But yes, that is actually true. I am too poor to be a hipster. Do you think that people who were like rich or well off would have their Venmo in their bio? No. No, they would not. No. And it's just donation based. Like I have my Venmo there so that if people want to, that appreciate my work, that like what I do, that appreciate my content, that like it, that they can donate if they want. Also, somebody said you should be a journalist. You know what's funny is that most people don't know this, but I guess, I don't know. I'm a lot of things. I'm a songwriter, but I guess I'm a lot of things. You need to get drunk on your birthday. No, Venom, I can't. I'm sober. How young are you? I don't like telling people my age. Did you watch The Second Thought? No. Yeah, I'm sober. I've been sober for 10 years. I don't drink. You guys don't want to see me drink. Okay, this is what I tell people when they're like, "Oh, you're sober." I'm like, "No. Be grateful that you don't have to be around me drunk." Like I always put it this way. You know, I got sober, I think younger than most people get sober, right? Mad alcoholic, like it was bad. And this is what I tell people. You don't get sober as young as I did unless it was really bad. Like my alcoholism was bad. So yeah. No, the reason why I've told you guys this before, but you know the reason why I don't tell people my age for two reasons. One, it's irrelevant to what I do. Like I'm a songwriter, content creator, political analyst, singer, activist, whatever you want to call me. Call me whatever you want. So it's irrelevant to what I do. And also, people always insult me. They always be like, oh, I thought you were fill in whatever age when I tell them my age, fill in whatever age that's like 5 or 10 years older. Like they always want to insult me. So I'm like, there's no point. There's no point in telling people my age because they're either going to say that it's fine or whatever, or be like, oh, that's mine too, or whatever, or they're going to insult me by being like, because for me, I'll tell you guys this, and I know this, because my whole life, even when I was a teenager, people thought that I was older than I was. Always. I don't know why that is, but people, I mean, I guess I just look older, but people always thought I was older than I was my entire life. So, yeah, so I don't even bother. It's a waste of time. And what does it matter to what I do? You know, you look 507. True. Okay, thank you. Can you let the boys in? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you're talking to me? Yeah. I thought you were on the phone. I am. No, I'm on a live. Oh. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Bunch of people in chat literally writing that I'm older than I am. This is what I mean. This is why I don't bother. Because some of you assholes will come in here and just be like, actually, I thought you were like way older than that. I thought you were like. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Wait, hold on. I think somebody gave me a super chat. The way they called you a hipster, I know. The way they call people a hipster, I know. Thank you, Patricia, for the super sticker. That's a really cute dog. Thank you for the super sticker. What is a hipster? A privileged, self-absorbed yuppie. Oh, then I guess I'm not, because you're going to need to give me a lot more money if I meet that definition, okay? Also, I don't fit your narrative of like people wanting to like talk about how like you know, the whole like, oh, you're just like a hipster and elite living in the city. Like, bitch, I didn't go to college, bitch. Like, you're gonna have to find a new one for that. Because most people that you would call elitist or hipster or whatever are like college educated. I know I live in the city. I've lived in Boston. I know most people have college degrees. I am one of the few people that I know that don't. So, guys, you can keep guessing my age, but I'm not gonna tell you. This is what I'll tell you about my age, okay? All I'm gonna tell you is this, and we can drop it. I am probably younger than what you think, because I do look older than I am. People always think that I'm older than I am, and I do. And people have always, if I'm going based on anything historical, people have always thought that I was older than I actually am. So whatever you guessed, I'm probably younger than what you thought. That's what I'll say. Hold on, somebody gave me a super chat, and I need to thank them. A bit messy but colorful. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Deep Valley. I appreciate the super chat. And AF Watchers, thank you for the super chat. Consider talking to Jimmy Dore or do dissidents. Yeah, I'll talk to anybody, but you know, they haven't invited me on. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to the Vanguard boys, even though they were rude as fuck the other day on Twitter. They were trying to get cute because they're mad that, listen, I'm not taking it personally. I'm really not taking it personally. I will talk to anyone, including the Vanguard boys if they wanted to, when they were being all professionally wrong the other day. So the other day, I don't even remember what the tweet was. I don't. But they wrote something, or I wrote something, and then they commented on it and like retweeted my tweet and were like shitting on third-party voters. I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something like that, where like they retweeted my tweet and like made a snide comment about third-party voters, or something like that, or something about Green Party voters, which I'm not even a part of the Green Party. Not even a part of it, but whatever. I got the point that they were trying to make, and they were being really snide, but I'm not taking it personally, because honestly, I think the Vanguard boys are in a lot of copium mode right now. Like, I saw like a post debate stream where they're like, we take accountability for it, but they weren't really taking accountability for it. Like, I think that they're so used to always calling themselves right about everything, and their takes aging like fine wine, that they're having a little bit of a hard time with just how wrong they were. Like, because they're still on Twitter talking shit to people about like third parties and this and that. I'm like, bro, you guys should be a little bit more humble considering how fucking wrong you were. Just a little bit more humble. But yeah, I would talk to them. I would talk to Do Dissidents. I don't even know like who Do Dissidents is really. But I would talk to them. I would go on TYT. I would talk to anybody. I think that the whole we don't talk to them is like really, really, really played out and really tired. I do have a Discord. Yes, I do. Oh, you should join it because you're a member. My Discord is in my YouTube description, or in like the community tab, the link to it. Yeah, I would talk to anyone, but they haven't invited me on yet. Honestly, I think that some of these people on these like shows and stuff, and other people in left media, I think, and this, I'm just assuming, I don't know, I'm just speculating. I think that some of them don't want to invite me on yet because they don't think I have enough like YouTube subscribers. So we'll get there, and eventually I'll have enough YouTube subscribers to where they will. But there are just some where they're like, oh, they're not big enough for me. Yeah, it's funny how often people bring up Rathbone to me, like all the time. It's really funny. I guess we have a lot of crossover support. Like a lot of people who like me like him, and vice versa. Again, he's another one who I would talk to even though he blocked me. The thing is that I am trying to cultivate the attitude of is that you have to have a short memory and be kind of forgiving if you actually want to like work in this space. You know what I mean? Because people always want to cancel people. People always want to hold grudges against people. And I get it. Like people have insulted me or been really fucked up to me and I want to hold grudges against them. But like what I realize is that like you can't, if you're going to be in this space on any level, if you're going to be in this space in any capacity, you have to be able to have a short memory and be forgiving of people, even if they insult you. I mean, that's another big problem of people on the left. They're so like cliquey. They're very cliquey. Sorry, my allergies today. But yeah, that's the problem of the left. And we, I think I've talked about this before, and I'll probably talk about it more, that the left is way too cliquey, and they do not share and uplift each other in their media ecosystem the way the right does. They do not. Like you look at the way the right lifts each other up, cross promotes, helps each other, you know, really saturates the online space, and the way that they all kind of like work together. You see it. And they all do it, and it's very successful, and it was very successful this election cycle. The left has none of that. The left has none of that. They don't help each other. They don't lift each other up. They don't cross promote. Politicians don't talk to us. Politicians don't go on their shows. They only go on like MSNBC and talk to the New York Times. And you see the results of that because the online space, the podcast space, the, independent media space was extremely successful for Republicans this election cycle. Thank you so much, Is it? I think I know. I think it's Karen, but if it's not, Kay McMillan. Thank you so much for the super chat. Celebrating your courses. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You were great on Katie Halpert. Katie's great. Katie and Francesca Fiorentini invited me on when my YouTube channel was like really tiny. Like when I had like 2,000 subscribers on YouTube when they invited me on. So they're awesome. Also, like I know Katie in real life, and she's amazing. Also, Rania Khalek. I love Rania Khalek. Have met her in real life too. She's amazing. And her and I did talk about me going on her podcast, but we just haven't worked it out yet. We haven't figured out a date, but I probably will go on Rania's show sometime soon. Thank you, Ahmed. Happy birthday. Okay, that's amazing. Ahmed wrote happy birthday, Tyrone, because when the Democrats were sending me, this is what I think you meant anyway. You're calling back to this joke. When the Democrats were sending me a ridiculous amount of text messages trying to get money from me, like, all the please donate to our campaign BS text messages I kept getting from the Democrats, they kept calling me Tyrone. Thank you. Jonathan, thank you so much for the super chat. Kit Cabela, Hard Lens Media is he'd let you on. Guys, if you want me to go on any type of podcast or show or whatever, the best way to do it is to get in their comments and tell them to. That's like the best way. Like it works better than me being like, hey, can I come on? The best way is to just you guys as their community go in and tell them to have me on. But like I said, I'll go at anyone's. I think the left needs to stop being so snobby. Okay. The left needs to stop being so snobby. They need to stop being so elitist. They need to stop being so cliquey, and they need to stop acting. This is the left's problem too, you guys. The left acts like that they're a club you're not allowed in. That's how the left acts. The left acts like they're a club that you're not allowed in. The left needs to stop being so cliquey and so club-like. Because I guarantee you some of the reasons why they haven't, I'm not specifically calling out or name checking any specific person, but I guarantee you that there's some people that probably were like, oh, we don't want to have them on because they don't have, 50,000 subs on YouTube. But we're getting there, you guys. We're getting there, fam. We will get there. We will get there. We will get there. You start small and you work your way up. This is a great community. There's a great community that I have on YouTube with you guys. And, we're just going to keep growing. I love my YouTube community. You guys are amazing. Yes, Karen had a typo. Okay. I thought so because I feel like I've seen your name before, like on Twitter or on Instagram. So I recognized you. Thank you again for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. I might be able to go out to dinner tonight, actually. Happy birthday, parasocial friend. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you, K-Nosk. I appreciate that. I mean, it's kind of parasocial, but we're like all online, aren't we? I was pro-Israel until I stumbled upon one of the old interviews of it. Huh, that's really interesting. Yeah, it's amazing how we all found it, I want to see you on Bad Hasbara. I was on there. I was on there, geez, a couple months ago. Yeah, Matt's great. Do you know Andrea Ravensky? I dream of this crossover. No, I don't. But I'd go on. Like I told you guys, I'd go on. Thank you for subbing, Kayvon. Yeah, if any of these people were to invite me on their shows, I would go. Like if any of them were to invite me on their shows, I would go. They just have to, invite me and not be snobby about, me not having 50,000 subs yet. Okay. Yes, club legs. But thank you again so much for the super chat, Karen. It is. They do. And they deny this. You know what I mean? It's a lot of gaslighting. They're like, oh, no, we're not snobby. We're not clubby. The reason why the left acts like that is because we just have a lot of opinions. We have a lot of diversity in our thought. Okay, that's true. The left does. They've definitely got a lot more diversity in opinion and thought and disagreements than the right does. But let's not lie. Let's not be in denial. The left are snobs. They do. They have a snob problem and they've got a clique problem. And it's like this with the Democrats and with the left, okay? It doesn't matter if we're talking about the Democratic Party as in the establishment or even the left as in leftists and leftist spaces, like people way to the left of the Democrats. There is a snob problem and a clique problem. And there is like you can't, think certain things or else you're not in our club. You're not allowed to sit with us anymore. I literally had somebody who was on the left get mad that I said I didn't hate the country because I call myself a patriot and they got really mad. And I said I didn't hate America. Like I hate it, but I love it. You know what I mean? It's like the relationship I have with my dad, Like, oh, that sounds so weird. It's like I hate it, but I love it. Because it's all I know and it's where I'm from. But like some people on the left get like really mad about that. And they were like, this person was so mad they didn't want to talk to me anymore. It was very giving vibes of like, you can't sit with us. But again, that's another problem that the left has. I would go on right-wing podcasts too if they invited me, Although I can see the right wing not wanting to invite me on a podcast because I dunk on them all the time. Like I'm always dunking on what clowns they are and how full of shit they are. What do you think about Nick Fuentes? That he's a virgin? I heard he's gay, but that he is not out of the closet. And if he is, my message to him is that it's time. It's time. It's time to come out. We will all celebrate you coming out. You don't need to hide who you are anymore. If he is, allegedly, don't sue me, allegedly. What I always found funny about Nick Fuentes is that you can't really be a white supremacist when you're Latino. Like that's awkward. 149. Thank you, Carmen, for the super chat. What social media platforms do you have? Okay, so you guys should go to my Linktree because they're all my Linktree, okay? I'm on Twitter, obviously. It's where, I talk the most shit because they're the least censored. I'm on Instagram and I am on TikTok. TikTok is really where I started. And YouTube, of course, where I do the long form content and the lives more. But yeah, definitely go to my Linktree and subscribe to all my channels if you can. Yeah, they really are though, Ahmed. And they really do act like it's not true. They'll be like, I'm like, you guys have a snob problem. They're like, no. Yeah. let's just be honest about it. And again, that doesn't mean that I don't have endless smoke for the right. Like both coalitions have their strengths and weaknesses. The right's strength is that they're really good at politics, they're really good at media, they're really good at coalescing around each other. But yes, part of that is because there's not very much ideological difference between them. They don't have the kind of inner ideological fights that the left does, but they have their strengths, just like the left has their strengths. But we got to be honest about our weaknesses too. The left are snobby, they are cliquey, they are elitist, and they do have purity tests. They do. We do. Thank you so much, Film Fran, for the super chat and the birthday cake. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Oh, Film Fan. Sorry, I said Fran. Thank you, Perry, for the super chat. Support for you and Nardine Kizwani. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, guys. America is a very diverse place. Yeah, that's the reason why that I can't really just get down with everybody being like, the left, the whole thing on the left is like, fuck America bad, let's burn to the ground, the whole thing is trash. It's like, I don't know. I'm not on either end of that. Not that I'm trying to be the enlightened centrist or anything, but like, I just don't jive with that. Like, yes, I can acknowledge that the country is trash. It's an oligarchy and a corporatocracy that's run by a handful of billionaires for capitalist profit. And it's a crumbling empire that is collapsing in front of our eyes that was founded on genocide and slavery. And also, I don't hate all the ideas that were around the founding of the United States. And it's the only place I've ever known. And it's a diverse country. And I was born here. And there's millions of people from all over the world that have come here and built lives and brought their cultures and made it a really great place in a lot of ways. So I know that really makes people on the left mad, but sorry. Support for you. Oh, I already read that. Thank you for the super chat. Nick doesn't like women. Well, yeah, we know. This is 100% true. The left also is not funded in the same way. No, that is 100% true. We don't have the money. There's no money in being a leftist. And if people don't understand that, they just don't understand the country, the incentives of capitalism. And that's what it comes down to. The right has endless amounts of money because billionaires are willing to pour endless amounts of money in their infrastructure and their organizing and their media and their propaganda and their initiatives, because the right doesn't object fundamentally to anything of capitalism. And I'm not even talking about someone who's totally anti-capitalist. I'm talking about even Democrats and like soc dems and liberals and people on the left, because they have a critique of capitalism. They criticize capitalism. They want to reform the economy. They want taxes on the rich, all of the money that is needed in order to build out these things is fundamentally opposed to the left. So the left is completely grassroots funded because the billionaires are opposed to our ideological worldview. So as a result, the right has a huge advantage. That is true. I would never dispute that. What's wrong with virgins? Nothing. I was a virgin until I got married the first time. Yeah, Tim Pool does suck. I would go on Tim Pool's show, but he's so embarrassing. He would never invite me on because he's such a little bitch that if anybody insults him or says anything critical of him, he'll pretend they don't exist. Or he'll call them a grifter because, like, you know, even though they always say they're about the ideas. They're about the ideas. They would debate any leftist. But then if a person says, okay, debate this person or have this person from the left on your show, he's like, new phone, who dis? Your body, my choice for her. I saw a lot of people getting outraged by that Nick Fuentes clip. But honestly, to me, that was just like a really, how I saw it was a really dorky boy trolling. Like, he looks so embarrassing in the video. Your body, my choice. Like, that's how it came off. It was so, like, I was, like, embarrassed for him. Yeah, sure. I mean, I would talk to Candace Owens, even though I think that she's also kind of full of shit. What do you think about Vosh? I like Vosh. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is another thing I have of a criticism of the left is that sorry guys, my allergies are like out of control right now. This is the other criticism that I have of the left in general is that when we talk about their purity test, it doesn't just extend to policy. They constantly try to police who you're allowed to like or who you're allowed to associate with. So Vosh recently got canceled because of the whole horse thing. I like Vosh. I've listened to Vosh for a couple years now. And now that, and then once people started canceling him, all of a sudden people were like, you can't listen to Vosh. You can't listen to Vosh. I'm like, you're not going to tell me who I can and can't listen to. Like, and honestly, they do it. And Vosh is guilty of it too. Vosh like shits on people who like TYT. And that's the frustrating part about it is that like the people that will even criticize the like cancel culture, the purity testing will do it too. So I do like Vosh, even though he engages in that too. I like TYT, even though I see a lot of people trying to police me on that. Like, I experience the leftist purity shit all the time. Like, leftists will come to me and be like, why do you like TYT? Don't you know Anna's a transphobe? Even though I'm trans, but okay, whatever. Putting that aside, they'll be like, don't you know Anna's a transphobe? Don't you know TYT got money from Jeffrey Katzenberg like 15 years ago or whatever, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? They're always trying to police like who you're allowed to like, who you're allowed to listen to. It's very annoying. Yes, I like them both. And I think that people should do more arguing and more debating and more arguing, more debating, but also more understanding and listening and less purity testing and cancel culture and telling people who they are and aren't allowed to listen to or like. It's really tired. That's the other thing. I don't mind that the Vanguard boys, that their channel is kind of just like a gossip channel. Like, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think that we should, as the left, be all purity testing how they want to run their show, you know? Because this is the thing. There's also like this kind of like attitude on the left that all your shows have to be very serious, right? Like all your shows have to be really serious or else. And like you can't have a show where you're like gossiping. I don't agree with that. I think that you can have a range of shows, a range of views, a range of different ways that you communicate with people on the left. People like entertainment. People like shit talking. People like culture wars. People like gossip. Like, so I wouldn't say there are people on the left that are like, no, we have to be serious all the time and talk about policy. No, there is a space for that. You shouldn't try to like, there is a space for that. You shouldn't try to purity test out or cancel out people that want to do that kind of show. So I think it's totally fine that the Vanguard Boys show is basically just a gossip channel. Fine. What I don't like though about it is that I feel like they are very kind of purity testy too. That doesn't mean that I disagree with them criticizing other leftists. Like, that's fine. They criticize other progressives. They criticize other people on the left. They critique them. Totally fine, totally fine, totally fine. But then when they get into that, and you shouldn't listen to them, and you shouldn't listen to them, that I don't like. You could say, don't listen to their opinions. Like, don't agree with their opinions. Like, you could say, like, don't listen to Jake's opinion. Jake's opinion is trash. You could say that. But you shouldn't be like, you can't listen to them. I don't know. I just think it's tired. It's really tired. I am a conservative, but not ultra-conservative Christian and ex-Zionist who supports Palestine all the way. That's great. Yes, I was never a Zionist, but, you know, it was only over the last year that I came to learn about Palestine. And I am a Christian, although I am not conservative, as you guys know. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, you guys. Wait, who's the bot? I'll kick him out. Happy birthday from Morocco. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Also a trans Christian. Yes. Yes, I am. Happy birthday from Ireland. Yay, Ireland. We love Ireland over here. Were you born male? No. No, I'm non-binary. I was born female. Happy birthday from Faroe Islands. Thank you. Who, you guys, somebody told me that there's a troll in here. Happy birthday from Georgia. Thank you. Anteaters. Okay, if they comment again, I will kick them out. Oh, it's you, anteaters? Okay, I'm kicking you out. Thank you, Amir. Anteaters, if you don't want me to kick you out, I'm giving you one more chance. Then don't say anything else trolling, okay? Or else I will kick you out. I'll ban you. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet with all the birthday wishes and super chats. I appreciate you. Thank you, Milkman. Showing love to leftist channels. I don't know how much about your channel or your opinions, but I want to support. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Well, I hope you watch more of my content. I hope you follow the channel and watch more of my content. And thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, and that's how leftist channels get even support is from you guys. Because as we just talked about earlier in a minute ago, there is no big money in like being on the left. That's why it's so funny when right-wingers try to make that happen. They'll be like, oh my gosh, like George Soros or like whatever. It's like, bro, there's no big money in being on the left. It like because it criticizes capital and like they hate that. That's why Elon Musk, who's the richest man in the world, spent the last 2 months doing turning Twitter into a full-time propaganda machine on behalf of Donald Trump. Like, seriously. People are like, why'd all the Silicon Valley guys go to the right? Because that's where the money is, bro, and they want the tax cuts. Monday, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for your support on the TYT comments too. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I know a lot of people will be like, you shouldn't watch TYT or you can't watch TYT. I like TYT and I like the Majority Report. Do I have criticisms of them? Yes. Do I disagree with them? Yes. Have I noticed that there has been more of a rightward shift from Anna recently and it's really bummed me out? Yes. But I still watch the show. I still like the show. I still, think that it's important to get perspectives outside of your own. Like, I don't like some of the things that the Young Turks say, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to automatically turn around and be like, okay, now I don't listen to them at all. Unless they totally broke completely with anything having to do with the left and like fully went on the right. Well, yeah, that would be one thing, but they're not. It's just that they're not left enough for a lot of people on the left. And so they'll tell you, you should hate them or whatever. And it's just like, it's annoying. It's annoying. And people really ruin the word grifter when they call everyone a grifter. Like, there are grifters out there. There are. So, like, it annoys me when people say it about literally everyone. It really, like, takes the punch out of it, Yeah, a lot of people in chat are asking me about Rathbone again. I've talked about this many times. I guess, like I said this earlier on this chat already, that I guess we have some crossover fans or supporters because I get asked about him a lot, or people will say like, oh, you should go on his show a lot. And I've said, I was just talking about this earlier in the chat, that we need to be forgiving and we need to have a short memory if we want to not be purity testers and cancelers, and we actually want to build coalitions and build an ecosystem on the left. Like, if we want to build an ecosystem on the left, we have to build coalitions with each other and build media ecosystems with each other and build podcasts with each other and all that kind of stuff in solidarity with each other. Because as we've seen, it's important. As we've seen on the right, like, no one is going to convince me that the right is not incredibly effective at this and that this was not a big contributor to what happened last week with the election. So yeah, but on to that point, I do know who Rathbone is because I used to follow him and then he blocked me because I criticized him. Like, I liked his content, and yes, I think we do share, not everything. I think he's a communist. I don't consider myself a communist, but I used to like his content. I used to follow him, and then he did, some shit that wasn't cute, and I just made a video criticizing him for it, like calling him in, and he blocked me. So yeah, sorry guys. Until he gets over himself, there will be no Rathbone Blakely collab. Oh, Dave, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Are there a lot of Zionists in Brooklyn? Yeah, there are a lot of Zionists in New York, but there's also a lot of anti-Zionists in Brooklyn too. A lot of anti-Zionist Jews that live in Brooklyn as well. Scorpios are the best. True. Wait, how did Anna show right-leaning behavior? It's hard to explain. It would probably take a long time. It's been like a slow shift that I feel like a lot of people have seen, that I've seen as well, to the right over the last, I don't know, 2 years. It's not like an outward thing. It's like little things, It would take a long time to try to explain. But I like Anna. I've always liked Anna. That's why it's, been disappointing for me to see some of the things that she said and some of her takes, especially since it was the Young Turks that got me to start like getting involved in the left to begin with. So for everything everybody wants to always say, shitting on the Young Turks, like they were the reason why a lot of people got into the left to begin with. I've been watching the Young Turks since 2012. And I was kind of conservative before I started watching them. And they were the ones that started getting me to like question it. Happy birthday. Who is Rat? Ratboat? It's Rathboat. He's just a TikToker, a content creator like me. But he's on the left, and I guess apparently we have a lot of crossover in our supporters. But again, guys, I keep telling you, it's not me who has a problem with him. He had a problem with me. So I say this to people every time they bring it up. Go tell him that. Go in his comments. People are always like, why don't you collab with Rathbone? Why don't you make a skit with Rathbone? Why don't you do a live with Rathbone? I'm like, it ain't me, babe. He's the one who got butthurt. He's the one that got in his feelings and blocked me. Go in his comments and tell him to have me. Yeah, that was the one, Joe, that really disappointed me about what Anna did, was downplaying Donald Trump being a fascist. Yeah, that was bummer. But again, like, I know a lot of people, they decide they don't like someone or whatever. They trash them. They, make videos about them, going off about whatever. Like, I've heard people call Anna a grifter. I don't think she's a grifter. I don't. Like, have I been disappointed in some of the things that she said over the last couple of years? Yeah, sure. But I don't think she's a grifter. That's another example, I feel like, of people overusing the word grifter. Anna Kasparian has been in this game for a long time. She could have made money elsewhere. She could have left the Young Turks many times. The fact that she's even still there is like, I don't know. I just feel like we need to not ruin the word grifter. There's other reasons why. Do a lot of and don't get me wrong, do a lot of people do the why I left the left routine for money? Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a whole cottage industry of rave Dubins who do the whole, oh, I was on the left, but the left left me, and now I'm a right winger because that's where all the money is. Yeah, of course there are people like that. 100%, I would never deny that. I just don't think Anna's one of those people. I think if anything, it's personal experience and resentment on her part that has caused her to do this shift. Like, it's not always money. Yes, a lot of times it is money and grifters like Dave Rubin. But sometimes it really is people getting like, bitter. And I think in Anna's case, if anything, my speculation would be that I think that a lot of her shift has come from like her being really resentful toward the left. And unfortunately, somebody having built up resentment like that can shift their perspective. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but that can happen. And her experience of being attacked. The thing is, too, that I just think is a bummer about it, too, is that with I would say the thing with Anna, too, and TYT is that one of the things that always made TYT, to me, in my opinion, a fun show or a great show is that they covered the news and they covered serious topics, but they also were fun. They had fun. They always seemed like that they were injecting fun into the news and lightheartedness. And I think what has also affected TYT in the last year or so, 2 years, is that Anna, being the main person on the show, the main, right hand to Jank, the executive producer of the show, you can tell she's miserable. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look like she's having fun ever. You can tell, you can see that she's unhappy, and that affects the way the whole show comes through. Well, yeah, I see people that will give shit to Jank for defending Anna, but I actually think, that's an easy thing to do when you're not the co-host of somebody who's known them for 20 years. Jank is just really loyal to Anna, and I actually think that's a really great quality. Like, I think it's good actually when someone's actually really loyal to someone and doesn't, fuck them over. The fact that Jank is very loyal to Jank, I think is good actually. Also, it annoys me when I see people be like, oh yeah, because everybody that left TYT became like a grifter or whatever, became like a right winger. It's like, well, that's also not fair. Again, I've got criticisms of TYT. I do, but it's not fair to be like everybody that left their show became a right winger. They've had like 1 million employees. There are a lot of people that left their show. People like Brooke, people like Grace, the trans, not trans, the gay commentator that was on their show for a long time, that they left and are still on the left and, still doing commentary. You just don't hear about them. They've had a lot of employees over the years. Happy birthday. And yeah, Bernie got robbed in both. True. That's one of the reasons why the Democratic Party is falling apart. They made this bed, you guys. The Democratic Party partially is falling apart because of what they did to Bernie. They chose this. They did this to themselves. Thank you, Deep Valley, 5 euros. Thank you so much for the super chat. It started with Anna after she was robbed. Trauma radicalizes. Yeah, I think, that definitely, I'm sure played a part. Definitely. I'm sad. It's sad that it had that effect on her. I mean, I have definitely been assaulted by unhoused people before too. I live in New York. I had a guy chase me one time and screaming at me and literally chased me out of the subway and was screaming at me because and calling me like horrible names and throwing shit at me because I wouldn't give him a cigarette. Like he was acting like all entitled and was like, give me a cigarette. And I said no, because they're expensive. Okay. And yeah, I've definitely been assaulted. There was a guy that threw Chipotle trash at me that was like calling me names and like, yeah, I think it was a combination of that and the fact that there was some gaslighting from the left after that happened. And then I think that she got resentful about that. Oh my gosh, thank you for the super chat, Norma Joe. That is an incredibly generous super chat, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for standing by Cenk as a Muslim American. He was fighting the fight for years. He and Hassan are good people, and it upsets me to see all the infighting. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that a lot. It's very generous. Yeah, I mean, I'm defending because, like I said, I have my criticisms of Cenk, but I feel like people are, I don't know, people I feel like are really hard on him, are unfair to him in a way that they're not to other creators. And I think part of that is because he is Muslim, let's be real, and people are like Islamophobic. And part of that is because, honestly, the other thing I think is part of it is that Cenk is very aggressive in a way that a lot of people on the left don't like. We always say on the left, oh, we want our own fighters. Trump fights. We need our own fighters. But then when somebody on the left fights, the left attacks them. Like people attack Cenk all the time for being too aggressive and yelling and, this and that. And, but like, that's like an annoying thing. They'll be like, oh, we need this on the left. And then when somebody acts like that, they attack them. And it's like, yeah, again, I don't agree with all of Cenk's takes. There are a lot of things I disagree with him on, but I don't think Cenk is fake. I think he's sincere. I think he believes in what he says. And he's been in this fight for decades. Like, so I don't know. People can get mad about that, whatever. But like, I don't know. My thing is, like, I am going to talk about what I talk about, and I'm going to have my opinions, and I'm going to tell the truth about how I feel and what I believe. And I'm not going to let, like, people, like, yell at me out of it. I feel like people try to, like, yell at you out of, like, if you like someone. Like, people try to do that to me. Another person, maybe I'll piss someone off with this, too. I like Kyle Kalinske. And people get mad. They're like, he's the shill for the Democratic Party. Fuck you. Fuck you. People get really mad. People get really mad. Oh, there's always drama in the progressives. It's just so funny how it's just so funny how but the thing about the left that's funny is that they want you to not just like believe in everything they believe in ideologically. They also want you to hate who they hate. That's what I'm saying about the annoying purity testing and the cancel culture is that like I have had people on the left get mad at me, not just because they disagreed with something I said, but because I said I liked someone they didn't like. Like that happened with Kyle Kalinske. Like people were like, I disagree with what you're saying here, whatever, but like I'm more upset that you said you like Kyle Kalinske. Get over it. Get over it. I also like Breaking Points. I like Crystal. I also like Rodney Kolek. I love Abby Martin. I like Vosh. And again, Vosh is annoyingly one of those people that also will do that sometimes. We're like, he doesn't have any. The thing about Vosh that annoys me or bums me out is that Vosh doesn't have any grace for people when people do that to Vosh all the time. You know what I mean? People are always shitting on Vosh in the left and talking about how he's not left enough and he did this and he did that. And it's annoying. But then Vosh turns around after people do that to him and he does it to other people. It's just like annoying. Yeah, Rathbone has a super reactive ego, 100%. He really needs to get out of his own way. A collab with you would help him. Yeah, that's what, I mean, yeah. Whenever he wants to set down his ego, if he wants to do something or have me on, like, I'm open to it. But yeah, let's not lie. He definitely, and that's why he blocked me. It was all ego. It wasn't like, I would understand if he blocked me if I'd come after him and like attacked him and shit all over him and like, I didn't. I like called him in and was like, hey, you need to be better. You need to do better. You shouldn't be like, don't be a hypocrite. Or I don't even remember everything I said because it was like over a year ago. But like his reaction to that was to block me and then go find my backup account on TikTok and block that too. I was like, wow, dude. Thank you, Daniel. Over a cigarette, you should quit, Blakely. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. As if I don't have enough addictions. Thank you so much for the super chat, O'Day. I love your nails. They're just perfection. Thank you. Actually, O'Day, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, it's actually a bunch of things. Watch. It's my nails. And if you guys can see, I have the olive branch. The olive branch is on my thumb. I have the flag. Then I have the watermelon. The keffiyeh. And then this says Free Palestine. Then I have the shirt and then the cup. It's where not where the bees. It's Flora Customs is the name of the company. They're a Palestinian owned company. Have you seen David Pakman crying over losing 5,000 subs? Yeah, actually, the other thing that annoyed me, that's another example of the left always calling people grifters when it's like really unnecessary and you guys are ruining grifter when you call everyone that. David Pakman is just who he is. He's a content creator. He's a news analyst. He's done this for like 15 years. And then people were saying he was a grifter, that he got upset that he lost subs and patrons on like his website or whatever. Yes, the funny part is that he doesn't understand why, because like people are upset over his insane bad takes, like on the election and like him being, whatever. I honestly don't agree. I don't think you should I can't stand, this is what I mean. It's not just the content creators, you guys. It's people on the left in general. They get mad over one thing you say and they're like, unsubscribed. I'm unfollowing you. Okay, bye. I can't tell you how many people on the left said that. I had a bunch of people on the left, okay, leftists, get mad at me because I said that Tim Walz was a good strategic pick for Kamala Harris politically, because it was. I comment on politics. It was a good political pick. And a bunch of leftists thought that that meant that I wasn't like pro-Palestine anymore, and were like, I'm unfollowing you. You're a Democratic shill. It also happened when I said I wasn't voting for Jill Stein. I'm like, I'm not voting for Jill Stein. Sorry, I don't like the Green Party. I'm not a Green Party fan. I'm not a Jill Stein fan. I think the Green Party's useless. I'm not voting for them. And people were like, unsubscribed. I'm unfollowing you. I'm like, this is the part that is so annoying about the left. The left, not just the content creators, the people on the left are so purity testy and so cliquey and so ideologically rigid that the second you say something they don't agree with, they're like, bye, unfollowing, unsubscribed. And I'm like, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing, especially since, like I said, I subscribe to a lot of people and listen to a lot of people on the left that I don't agree with a lot. I don't agree with a lot of what they say on TYT. I don't agree with a lot of the things that people that they say on the Majority Report. I don't agree with things that Kyle Kalinske says. I don't agree with some of the things that Ryan Nikolic says. But I listen. I listen. I listen to people that I don't always agree with. And David Pakman is so lib. He's so lib. He's like, if we're looking at the left on a spectrum, he's like all the way on the like Zionist liberal spectrum. You know, I don't agree with probably most of what David Pakman says, but I actually think it's cringe that a lot of people unsubscribe from him over the election. Like, because they're mad about his election takes. Do you not know who David Pakman is? This is always who David Pakman has been. And to say that he's a grifter when he's a political commentator, this is his job, and he's done it for 15 years, to me is honestly just stupid. He's not a grifter. He's a commentator, and he lost a bunch of income. Of course he's going to be upset. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think that there was a point in that. Jenks anti-union step was Black documentary. I haven't seen the documentary. I will watch it, but yeah, again, that's another example of like, I'm not going to totally like disregard someone even if they did something that I really didn't like if they're mostly on my side. As far as I understand, TYT is unionized now, so I'm not going to never ever ever listen to anything he says because even if he tried to union bust, and that's what the people in the documentary are claiming, fucking cringe, not okay. Not okay. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, okay, this is what I mean. The left is like, Jenks on the right side of a lot of positions, but he was on the wrong side of this union thing, although thankfully the union won. Therefore, I hate him and I hope he dies and goes to hell, and I'm never going to talk to him again. And I say that as somebody who is super pro-union, okay? I am very, 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 very pro-union. And I'm glad that they won and that they unionized. What are your qualifications, Blake? Your lived experience, lol. Cringe. Speaking of cringe. Go away, Ping. This is my birthday chat. I'm not in the mood for your shit today. But Ping must be a leftist because he thinks that I don't have enough qualifications to be talking about anything. Because what? Because you heard I said I didn't have a college degree? Snob. Kanye is 10 years ahead of his time. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Thank you for the happy birthday. TYT have an active union. Exactly. Listen, again, I'm not defending the union busting. That's fucking cringe. It really is. And if he did that or whatever he did, like, that's not cute. It's not okay. And it goes against what he says. But does that mean that because that happened and they are unionized now, that forever I'm going to be like, he's trash? It doesn't matter that he's on the right side of so many positions. It doesn't matter that he's a big advocate for the Palestinian movement. It doesn't matter. He's a piece of shit and I never want him to call me again. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I really appreciate all the really sweet happy birthday comments and the super chats for my birthday. Like, you guys are so sweet. I appreciate it a lot. Uh-oh, are you guys ready? Who cares what you like? You're not qualified. Get out. Go away. Go away, Ping. Get out of my chat. I like Crystal too a lot. Guys, actually, you know what I want to give Crystal a shout out for, and actually a shout out to Kyle Kalinske for, is that I actually felt like Crystal was starting to go down the right wing shift when Breaking Points first started, and I think that it was Kyle that moved her back, that pulled her back from the ledge. I really do. Because if you noticed, she was doing a lot of the, when people start to shift to the right, the like, oh, well, you know, I never thought about it that way. And like Sagar would say something insanely embarrassing and like so right wing. And Crystal will be like, well, I don't really know about that. And like kind of like agree with him. And I felt like that shift was starting to happen. And I was like, oh no, Crystal is getting co opted by the right wing pipeline. But then all of a sudden, she wasn't. Then all of a sudden she like totally turned around and went back to being like super progressive and like with really good takes. And I was like, that happened right around the time that her and Kyle got together. So I think Kyle actually pulled her out of it, pulled her from the ledge. It's my speculation. I have no idea. Bad Empanada, I actually like him too. He's new for me. I really actually didn't know who he was until I saw his video about Ethan Klein's wife being in the IOF and all that stuff. But yeah, I didn't know who he was. I started listening to him and I like him. But I can appreciate, and that's the thing too. I used to like Ethan Klein. See, that's where the line is drawn. Okay. I'm not saying that you can't have any lines on the left. That's where the line is drawn for me, is when you become a gaslighting Zionist that starts to throw every single value that you had out the window, all of them, because you want to defend the genocidal Israeli regime. That's the line. Even if he were a Zionist, but like still like on the left or like pro, Israeli regime, but pro Palestine, then I would feel like, okay, maybe there's still hope for him and we can maybe pull him away, pull him back from the ledge. But like he went like full right-wing fascist. Yeah, no, that was fun. And there are some people that are on the left and are liberals or whatever that I don't really like, but I think I can understand that their content is valuable for certain purposes, So, you know what I mean? Like, debates have their place, right? The left shouldn't all be about being debate bros or whatever. It's like I was talking about earlier about the gossip channel, how like Vanguard is kind of like a gossip channel. And I'm saying that's fine because there needs to be a lot, There needs to be a lot. Everybody can have their place. Like, not everybody has to be a policy wonk. Not everybody has to have a channel that's just about policy. Some channels are good for policy. Some channels are good for if you want to have culture talk and gossip like the Vanguard boys do. It's like, we should allow there to be a lot of space in this ecosystem. We should allow there to be a lot of space for talking about a lot of things in the left-wing ecosystem. That's why the right is so successful. That's why the right is so successful, because they have so much. They have so much going on in their ecosystem and they spread it around and they allow themselves to have that big ecosystem rather than people on the left that are constantly acting like it's a club you're not allowed into. It's a clique. It's a clique that you didn't pass the purity test to get in. You're not allowed in, like all that kind of shit. So like, for an example, like I don't really like Destiny as like his ideology, right? He's on the left, he's a liberal, whatever. He's not like a leftist, but he's in that liberal bubble, whatever. what would you call that? Infographic, the little bubbles where they all cross Venn diagram. And I don't like a lot of what he has to say. Obviously, I think everything he has to say on Israel and Palestine is garbage, but he's a good debater and he's good at fighting with right wingers. So let him have that lane. He can have that lane. They attacked Jang to push him down like the Dems tried to do to Bert. Yeah. Thank you, Patricia, for the super chat. I mean, I think part of it is just because too, like everything I said, they are a club that no one's allowed in. Thank you. Abby Martin. Yes, I love Abby Martin. I love her. I got to meet her and go have dinner and drinks with her when when her and Rania Kalik and Katie Halper did their show in New York. It was awesome. Thank you so much. God bless you. Keep up the good fight for truth. Thank you so much, Johan. Yeah, Ethan Klein. Do you guys know Ethan Klein attacked me personally? He put my TikTok on his show and attacked me. He said that I wanted them to kill Jews in the Middle East. I was like, or he said, sorry, let me not misquote him. He said that's why I didn't like him anymore. Because I had said in the video, I used to like Ethan Klein, but no more. And he's like, yeah, I used to like Ethan, but I don't anymore because, you know, he doesn't think Jews should be killed in the Middle East. So I was like, oh my gosh. So embarrassing. Yeah, he's like a radical Zionist. He's literally married to a terrorist. Pac-Man's videos are really boring. I mean, kind of, they're not really my thing, but again, I don't shit all over him because I feel like he has his place, you know? He's kind of like a dorky NPR, you know, kind of elite liberal. Like every stereotype that Republicans talk about when they're talking about liberals is David Pac-Man. But I don't shit all over him because he has his place, you know? He can reach a certain group of people that other people aren't going to be able to reach. Republicans understand this. Liberal Democrats don't, the left doesn't. The left thinks that everybody has to fit into their box or else you're not allowed in their sandbox. You know? They think everybody has to fit in their sandbox or else you're not allowed in. The right understands that different people can pull in different people, right? They understand that different people are going to pull in different people. Ben Shapiro is going to pull in different kind of people than Andrew Tate, but they all work in the same ecosystem. And listen, I'm not saying, and don't get me started because I know other people on the left will be, what are you saying? We should embrace Nazis? Like that's what they'll say a lot. What are you saying? We should embrace No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, don't create straw men. Don't create straw men. I'm not saying embrace Nazis. What I'm saying is certain people have a lane. I'm not a huge fan of David Pac-Man. I don't share a lot of his ideologies, but he has his lane and he knows how to reach people for the people he's trying to get. And, you know, same thing with, you know, Vosh. Vosh has a lane and he's able to speak to certain people and get certain people in a way that other people can't. Same with Hassan Piker. He's not for everybody. I don't agree with everything Hassan says either, but he has a lane and he has influence for the certain type of people that he's trying to pull in. Hassan is going to reach men in a way that other content creators on the left are not. And part of that, yes, is because Hassan is like super masculine. It's funny because Hassan has had his things where he like acts a little like NB or like wears nail polish or whatever, but Hassan can't not be masculine. Like it's not going to happen. It's just who he is. He's hyper masculine. And it comes across whether he's wearing nail polish or not. And that masculinity that Hassan has, that hyper masculinity, and his sun's out, guns out shit. Here's a photo of me without my shirt working out. That appeals to men. That appeals to men in a way that Vosh is not going to appeal to them, that David Pac-Man's certainly not going to appeal to them, and that no woman on the left is going to, he's not going to, a man that's going to listen to what Hassan has to say isn't listening to what Emma Vigeland has to say. You understand? We got to get smarter about this, folks. I don't think it's because it's the left. I think it's because it's right-winger. I don't know about that. I think people just get easily co-opted. I'm not saying it never happens, but I don't think that's the majority of it. Thank you so much, O'Day. I mean, there are a few things I don't agree with Norm Finkelstein on. Politics is not just pure black and white, also doesn't mean he is bad. Exactly. Thank you, O'Day. Exactly. I don't agree with everything. There are people that are pro-Palestine that, you know, I really respect, that care a lot about the Palestinian cause, and I believe that they do, that are still talking about a two-state solution. No. Do I agree with that? No. But honestly, I think that when people say that, it's just because they're not far along enough in their journey yet. And I hope that they come around. Somebody just sent me a Venmo. Thank you, whoever that was. Are you in chat? Somebody just sent me a Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Whoever just sent me the Venmo. I love the Venmos too because they don't charge you. Like they don't take any of it. Like all the other apps that you use to like that people like donate money to, like Patreon and even YouTube and all the apps, they take some of the money that you make. But Venmo doesn't, which is why I love it. Thank you so much. Hold on, you guys. I need to get a little bit more coffee. Can you hold? Talk to each other in chat. Oh, yes, please. Remember, click like. Like the live. Like the live, folks. I'm ignoring Ping. Ping is embarrassing. I love Rania. Yeah, because think about it. This person keeps coming into chat to tell me I'm unqualified. If that's how you're spending your Sunday, and coming into someone's chat who you don't like on their birthday to tell them they're unqualified, get a hobby. Get a hobby. Go volunteer. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just getting more coffee, you guys. That's right. All I long for and adore, another word. In other words, I love you. My baby, I love my baby. You guys, aren't my dogs cute? Oh shit. Sorry, just 1 second. You guys just reminded me. I didn't take my medication. I gotta take my crazy meds. Hold on. Whoops. Baby, do you want me to shut the door so I'm not being so loud? So you can sleep? All right. Look at my dogs. Watch. What are you crying? No, my God. No, my God. Oh my God. Why are you crying? Oh my God. All right, what I miss? What did I miss? Happy birthday. Thank you guys. All right, I'm kicking Ping out of chat. I've given you enough rope. I've given you enough leeway, Ping. I'm kicking you out. Ew, someone has an Israeli regime flag in my chat. Kicking you out too. Yikes. All right, Ping is gone. Anteaters, are you trying to get kicked out? Can we see what's under the sweater? My boobs. Anyway. Your dogs are adorable. I know, aren't they? Finally. Yeah, I didn't get into that whole Peanut the Squirrel thing because honestly, it actually like pissed me off because it made me think about like everybody getting so upset about that. Like, as if like there aren't tons of children being killed in Gaza. And I say this as an animal lover. I love animals. So thanks, okay. Yeah, I have a dog voice. Are you a cat or a dog person? I'm a dog person, 100%. I don't really like cats. They're kind of assholes. Also, I know this sounds really judgmental, but I don't trust people who don't like dogs. Like if somebody tells me they don't like dogs, I don't trust them. Like it's one thing not to be like you don't have to be like a huge dog fan or whatever. You don't have to have a dog. But when someone actually says like I don't like dogs, I'm like, side eye. I don't like cats because they're rude. I just don't like cats because they're rude. They're like entitled and they're not affectionate. I like things that are affectionate. I like that dogs act like pathetic and are excited to see you and cuddle with you. Cats act like they don't need you. It's like annoying. Also, I tend to think that even though, because I really do feel like dogs say so much about a person, how they treat dogs or if they like dogs or not, I will actually give someone more leeway personally if they're a dog, if they like dogs. Like if I see a right winger, right? And I think that they're irredeemable trash and they're like psychos or really embarrassing, like some embarrassing MAGA supporter I'll be like, yikes. But then if I see that like they're a huge dog person, I'm like, okay, maybe they're not. Maybe they have some redeeming qualities. Because if they like dogs, there has to be some heart in there. It's not that I hate cats. Like, I don't want cats to get hurt. Like, I don't like hate that. I'm not a fan. Because they're like rude. How old are your dogs? Mine just turned 2. They're 6. They just turned 6 in September. You are a great singer. I would like to hear you sing for Palestine. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I still have yet to find somebody a producer who will help me with a Palestine song. Yet to find it. I really do want to do a Palestine song a lot, and I just haven't found a producer to do it with me yet. I will though. I will. It will happen. Wait, what's the word? So as real as you guys are sitting here with me right now, I will do a Palestine song. I will. It's only a matter of time and finding a good producer. I'm not dogging on people who are afraid of dogs. I saw a comment that says that they're afraid of dogs. It's not, if you're afraid of dogs, that's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who actively dislike them. Like, I saw a video where some girl was like, I do not like dogs. They're annoying. And I can't stand dog people. And that they let their dogs sleep in the bed. Dogs are so annoying. I'm like, yikes. Yeah, I need to find a producer who will help me do the song. Because I'm not good at the production side of it. Like, I'm a good writer, like I write the music, but when it comes to the actual production side, like using Logic and stuff, I'm not very good at it. Like, I know I have like a basic bare bones understanding of how to use Logic, but I'm not very good at it. I need somebody to help me, but no one has come out. No one has come out. I really do. I really do want to do a Palestine song. I need to find a producer. It will happen. As sure as you're sitting here with me right now, that's the phrase I was looking for. As sure as you are sitting here with me right now, I will do a Palestine song. You don't know how to use Logic. It's not that I know how to I have a very basic bare bones understanding of how to use it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. Yeah, I love Hinsall. It's a great song. I want a song like that. Yes, I want to make a song like that. But instead of like rapping, like I'll sing. I would collab with a rapper. Like if somebody raps on a song and I'll sing on it. I don't know. I need to find it though. Haven't found it. Thank you for the happy birthdays. Thank you to the people also who sent me Venmos. Do you guys hear me doing this? This is called scratching your throat. Did you guys see mainstream media covered? Yes, I did. Oh, did you see my video on it? I made a video on it making fun of the news on this. Sky News. Amsterdam is Hamas. Amsterdam. Hamamsterdam. I would totally do that, Theater. I would totally do that if he would agree. I would totally do that if he would agree. That'd be really fun, actually. To do a Palestine song. You should remake MJ. They don't care about us. I don't have that much confidence, Mike. Michael Jackson's legendary music. I don't have enough confidence to try to do a remake of that. Oh, if you missed it, it's probably because I just posted it last night. I've been trying. Sometimes, guys, I really do try, It's that I sometimes can't even get it out fast enough. Like, I'm always trying to, like, make as much content as possible, but I also do all the editing myself. Like, I've told you guys this before, like, I'm a one-man show over here. I don't have, like, an editor, I don't have a producer, I don't have anybody to, like, do the uploads for me or the thumbnails or, like, anything like that. So I have to edit everything myself and then cross-post it on the platforms, and that doesn't even count the time it takes me to record it, and it doesn't even count the time it takes me to research it. Like, because some of the stories that I do, I have to read it. I've got to research it. I've got to see what's going on. I've got to look at the other sources and see what people are saying about it and cross-check different sources, and it takes, like, a lot of time. So sometimes I want to get to stories and I don't even get to them because I'm, like, there are times where, like, I don't even get to a story that I want to get to, or don't even get to a post that I want to put out because I just have too many. I have too many that I'm trying to get out. I have too many posts that I'm trying to get out. I have too many videos that, like, I'm working on. But I did do it. I did. I made a video about the Amsterdam fight, and yeah, I put it on YouTube last night. Yeah, but that's the thing, Donald, is that I don't, not only do I not have time, as I just explained, I'm doing all the things I'm doing, plus in my spare time, the little spare time I do have, I am writing, but also it's hard to do when there's certain things that you don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, there are some things about logic that really confuse me, and I don't know how to fix it. Like, I don't know how to do it. Like, I would actually need somebody to, like, be like, "Hey, this is how you do it." And I've tried the tutorials. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. We've reached 13.9 subs here. Yay! Yay! Thank you, O'Day. Thank you, everybody who subbed. Yay! Everybody who subbed, thank you. Yay, we hit 13. Yeah, I really do want to do a Palestine song. If any of you guys know a producer who's willing to do one with me without charging, tell them to hit me up. All the ways to contact me are in my link tree. All the ways to contact me are in my link tree. So if you guys know anybody in chat knows a producer that would want to do a Palestine song with me, a collaboration. So it wouldn't be paid. It would be a collab. Send them my way. Yes. Bring Blakely to 100 subs, guys. Yes. Yes. Because that's the only way some of these people are going to acknowledge me. As far as, like, collabs, like, people inviting me on their shows, or, like, people wanting to collaborate with me, they're gonna, which I think is cringe. I think it's cringe. Like, if I like someone, I like someone, but unfortunately that's the way that it works. Some of these people, whether it's, like, people I might want to work with on a song, or people I might want to collab with, or people that might have me on their show to talk about politics, they're not going to acknowledge me until I have more subs, because unfortunately that's just the way that it works. It's cringe, but so the more subs we get on the channel, you know, the more subs we get, eventually, some of the people that I think it would be really cool to go on their show, or some of the people that I think would be cool to do a collab with, or maybe some of the producers, once we get more subs, I think that then they'll acknowledge me. But whatever, I'm cool as fuck regardless, okay? Even at 12,000 subs, I'm cool as fuck regardless. So the ones who are missing out is them, okay? They're the ones missing out. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Ramblin', I found your channel yesterday. The copy of yes. True, Ramblin'. Thank you. Thank you. And like for the and what's great is that like the YouTube community that we're building here is great. Is great. I don't want it's like obviously like it's great like I want to like grow the channel, you know, of course, but I also don't want like cringe people who have totally closed minds and you know don't agree with anything or are the not don't agree with anything. It's fine to disagree with me. It's totally fine. What I'm saying is like people who are so closed-minded, the kind of people we were talking about earlier, that they don't like one thing you say, so they'll be like unsubscribed. It's like, well then don't bother. Don't bother in the first place. The community that I really want to build, the type of people that I really do want in my community, which I think that you guys are, and I'm really happy about, is the kind of community that you're okay with having your worldview challenged. Because I'm sure you guys know that in independent media, that there is a lot of audience capture. You guys know that, right? There's a lot of audience capture where people start to get afraid to say things that the audience that they've built doesn't agree with for fear that their audience is going to leave or come down on them. And that's why you see people go in such extreme directions or never disagree with anything from their side because they're captured by their audience. I don't want a community like that. I know it's hard. To not have that happen. But I don't want a community like that. Like I want a community where it's fine to have your opinion, but you're not afraid to have your worldview challenged, and you're not gonna melt down or have an identity crisis if I disagree with you. Like you're not gonna totally melt if I don't agree with your take or agree with what you said. That actually happened. Thank you all for the nice birthday comments. Oh, I know. We all have window units. Sabby started out just like blinking. I was on Sabby's show, and actually, perfect example of like people not liking you if you don't agree with them. I unfortunately, I like Sabby. She was very nice to me. She was very nice of her to have me on her show. Her audience did not like me. They did not like me because I said I wasn't voting for Jill Stein, and I really am not a fan of the Green Party. Her audience came to my Twitter and to my TikTok to let me know that they did not like me. Right. Why do they announce it? I know. That actually is always my favorite part, where they feel the need to come and announce it. I used to like you, but now I don't. Unsubscribed. Unfollowing. It's like you could just leave, you know. You didn't have to do an entire Broadway production over it. And again, it's always the people that do that. The people that do that are always the people that are really mad because you didn't agree with one thing, right? Like, it's always the people that, like, you share a lot of the same ideological views, but because you disagreed with them on one thing, they're like, now I hate you. And that's what happened when I said I wasn't voting for Jill Stein. But again, I'm actually okay with it when that happens because I really and I genuinely mean this. I don't want people like that in my community. People that are going to try to hold me hostage because they want me to agree with everything they say. Like if someone like that, like one of the Jill Stein stands are like that, and they are only following me because they agree with my leftist takes that I have, but then I say something that doesn't align with their worldview, like I'm not voting for Jill Stein, I'm not a Jill Stein fan, I'm not a Green Party stan, and they melt down and hate me now, and don't like anything else I have to say because I disagree with them on that, and they have to announce to me that they're not going to follow me anymore, I'm like, okay, good, bye, good riddance. I genuinely don't want like people like that in my community anyway, because people like that to me are toxic. People like that are toxic. I don't expect for anyone to agree with everything I say. What I really want, and I know it's not easy to not be audience captured. I know that that's a struggle in the online space. But like what I really, really want, what like my dream is to have a community of people that are critical thinkers, smart people that can challenge me and I challenge you, and you're not afraid to have your worldview challenged. Because it was because of people challenging me and my worldview that I became pro-Palestine, that my eyes were opened on what was going on in Palestine, because people challenge my previous held worldview. If you're not open to having your worldview challenged, you're never going to change. You're never going to get better. You're never going to grow. You're never going to change or grow or get better if you are stuck in an ideological bubble that you are never open to hearing somebody else's perspective on. And again, that doesn't mean that, oh, now I'm going to be a right winger. Like, that doesn't mean, oh, that means that you're inviting Nazis in. No, that's not what it means. Don't create a straw man. It doesn't mean that I'm going to shift on certain principles that I have, right? Like, I'm not going to shift on certain principles that I have. But I think that to think that somebody has to agree with you 100%, and if they don't agree with you, that's a reason to just like not listen to anything they have to say, then again, you're probably a toxic person. You're probably a toxic person with a very closed mind. The community that I really, really hope to build and want to build, that I think that you guys are, that I'm building here with you guys, is a community of people that are a lot on the left, that share my ideological worldview in a lot of ways. But if you don't on certain things, that's okay. You don't have to share my worldview on everything. The principles that we share are the same. A humanist, humanity first, not being a fascist. Like those things we share, but not every single thing we're going to agree on. And I'm okay with having my worldview challenged, and you're okay with having your worldview challenged. The problem is that the left got out of the business of persuasion and got into the business of, we're just a club you're not allowed to be in. Like the left does remind me of that Mean Girl skit. You can't sit with us. Thank you for the super chat, Dante. Is anything I'm saying even making sense to you guys, or do you not agree? Best wishes from Yemen. Thank you, Ahmed. We love Yemen here. Why don't you like the Green Party? Because I think they're useless, and they've showed themselves to be failures time and time again, unwilling to actually build any kind of political power. We need something else. The Green Party needs like massive reform at the very least, and a serious makeover. I think MLK said something to the effect of, if you agree with everyone in your coalition, then your coalition isn't big enough. Yeah. And again, I don't mean that in the really obnoxious way that I think that some like corporate Democrats mean, right? Where they're like, we're a big tent party, but it's really just like corporatist. They mean it like rich people. Or when the right says, we're a big tent party because they want like Nazis. Like, that's not what I mean. But like, you should share broad ideological worldviews like human rights, right? But I'm not going to like not listen to what someone has to say because they're Muslim and I'm Christian, you know? Like, I'm not going to not consider what somebody has to say because, you know, they're like, I don't know, they don't agree with me 100% on how we should address homelessness. Like, the point is, we should be trying to persuade people to our side, you know? And I feel like the left has really failed at that. They are, I feel like the left in general has really failed at that. It's all about being a club and being a clique and who you can exclude. Being a club, being a clique, and who you can exclude rather than who you can try to persuade. The left, this is the thing. The left used to be about persuading people, right? They used to be about trying to persuade people. Now they don't even try to persuade. They're just like, oh, you don't agree with me on everything having to do with, I don't know, culture war issues. Like, let's say the issues around men in the manosphere. Okay, then I don't want anything to do with you. You're not allowed in my sandbox. You're not allowed in my club. Okay, well, good luck with that. Keep trying that, because you know what? The left is bleeding men. They're bleeding men. The left has seriously alienated men so much that now fucking men all over the place are going to the right and going down the fascist right-wing pipeline. I'm sorry. One of the reasons why you see so many men going down the right-wing pipeline and buying the bullshit from Andrew Tate is because there is no presence on the left. That's what's happening. Men are going down the right-wing pipeline because there is no left to speak of that speak to men. Like, if all you do all day, and again, it doesn't mean that I'm saying that men don't have to be responsible for themselves, that there isn't a problem with misogyny or sexism or whatever. Yes, of course. But if your whole shtick is just men suck, they're toxic, and there's no place for them on the left, where do you think they're going to go? The reason why the right has been successful at red pilling all the men is because there is no place for them on the left. What happened the last time the left tried to reach out to men with Bernie? Bernie had a lot of male support. And you know what happened? The left alienated them and called them sexist Bernie bros. They called them sexist Bernie bros and alienated them. Good luck with that. This is what happens. The right will debate you, but some, no, that's not true, Brian. The right likes to say they'll debate anybody, and then they chicken shit out. Dave Rubin is like, I'll debate anybody. And then Sam Cedar's like, okay, debate me. He's like, no. Tim Pool, for the longest time, was like, I'll debate anyone on the left. And then Sam Cedar was like, for years, debate me. He's like, no. The right claims they'll debate anybody, but they won't. They won't. Happy birthday. Thank you. I feel less alone in the world. Oh, thank you. Not all Stein voters are like that. I'm not saying that they are, you guys. I'm not saying that they are. Nothing I'm saying, you guys, like, is like a monolith. You know what I mean? Like, when I say, like, oh, the left can be toxic, or I don't like the Green Party, whatever, I don't mean, that doesn't mean I don't like anyone ever who voted for the Green Party. Like, no, of course not. I know tons of people personally in my life that I love that voted Green. People keep thinking that they're, like, really cooking me with this comment. Mrs. Joe Dirt. Like, comparing me to Joe Dirt because of my mullet. They think that they're, like, you know, cooking me with that comment. The joke is on you because I love his haircut. Okay? Partially inspired. You would have a better chance on the right as an independent. Yeah, but I have to be authentic to who I am. And I'm not a right-winger. I think the right-wing ideology is ridiculous. The way that the right wing worships corporations and worships capitalism and billionaires, like, nah, that's just not who I am. It's like Ethan's community versus Hassan's community or TYT or any big channel. Yeah. Rather than actually like working together, you know? I actually do appreciate though that Ethan's channel pushed back on him a lot now that he's gone down this like full Zionist lunatic crusade that he's gone down. I've seen people in his own community like, you know, giving him a lot of shit for it, which is good. Divide and conquer. True. And it's successful. There's literally nothing positive. Yeah, there's not. The more you learn about it too, the more you realize that. Because a lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to be on the right. Not like on the right in the way we think of it now, but like I was raised conservative is what I mean. Okay, but Brian, this is where you're in a bubble. You're like the left worships celebrities. So does the right. Why do you think Donald Trump became president? Why do you think they embraced Donald Trump? Because he's a celebrity. The left only obsesses about celebrities? You mean like the right making a huge deal about Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock and Amber, what was her name? The girl that spoke at the RNC? That spoke at the RNC at the beginning? The right wing loves celebrities and celebrity culture. They just get jealous because more celebrities are on the left. But I hate this whole it's the left that's obsessed with celebrities. No, you guys are obsessed with celebrities too. The right is just jealous because more celebrities are on the left. But like, spare me this, oh, they only, the left loves celebrities. If the right wasn't obsessed with celebrities, Donald Trump would have never become president. The right loves the celebrity around Trump. Sorry, it's a fact, bro. Think about the way that the right engages so much with Trump. The way that the right wing, his base, that MAGA engages around Trump is cult of celebrity. They love his celebrity. These are the facts, Jack. Yeah, celebrity, exactly, Johan. Celebrity worship is an American problem. It's not a left problem. It's not a right problem. We have a problem with celebrity bootlicking in this country. Full stop. Oh, you know what you just made me think of? What's such a perfect example of celebrity worship from the right? I don't care what you say, Brian, you're wrong. Elon Musk. The right wing worships Elon Musk for his wealth and his celebrity. They love that he's a powerful billionaire. Just look at the comments of the people that talk about Elon Musk, that comment on his post, that share his post. It's all celebrity and billionaire bootlicking and worship. Celebrity, the right wing loves their celebrities, and Elon Musk is the latest iteration of that. And that's a fact. You're not going to... Oh, really, Brian? Then why do you guys worship Elon Musk? Why do you guys go into Elon Musk's comments and talk about how based and amazing he is and how he should run for president? He's so awesome. Why do you guys buy Donald Trump's shoes and all of his merch and go to his rallies hours before? It's because you guys worship him like a celebrity. It's like the fucking Grateful Dead. You're in denial, Brian. You're in denial. Yeah, Ronald Reagan. That's another one. Ronald Reagan was like the first celebrity president. No, you guys are so in denial about your celebrity worship. The problem is celebrity worship, I don't care what you say, is a problem of America. It's an American problem. As an outsider, the celebrity involvement in politics is fascinating. I don't understand it. Right. But O'Day, it's because America has a serious problem with celebrity worship. Thank you, Fuwa-chan, for the super chat. Where did I miss that? Why wouldn't it let me star it? Or put it up, I mean. Thank you so much, Dean, for the super chat. What the USA needs is a secular party. You're right, we do. We do. I mean, the Democrats are kind of a secular party, but, they're also a corporate party. I don't think it's like a religious thing necessarily. I just think we need a party that actually represents people instead of corporations and billionaires. Just seeing this. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chicho. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Brian, you are talking way too much shit to not have become a member. Seriously. Yeah, Daddy Elon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Elon Musk is just a celebrity to the right wing. That's why I will never take anything they say about, oh, the left loves celebrities seriously. They literally lick Elon Musk's ass crack. Yeah, so a lot of people don't. Well, Trump isn't conservative like in his heart, but like that's how he governs, and that's how he governed when he was president the first time. So yeah, he's a conservative. Yeah, do I think that Donald Trump actually believes in any of that? No, of course not. But it was the way to get political expediency, and he works on behalf of the rich and corporations just like the rest of them. So yeah, conservative. Better than worshiping Cardi B. Hey, I have an idea. How about stop worshiping celebrities? How about that? How about stop kissing the asses of celebrities, period? Ever thought of that? Elon Musk was a Democrat in 2020. Yeah, I know, but he's not anymore. He's not anymore. He's full right wing. Like full. Like you want to talk about somebody that got red pilled, went down the right wing rabbit hole? Elon Musk. And then he turned his entire this is where I don't know if there's any conservatives in the chat. If there are any right wingers in the chat. But here's where you guys are so full of shit. You on the right wing. You guys cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried about the Twitter files and about election interference and voter fraud. But then when your side did it, crickets. Elon Musk literally turned Twitter into a full-scale propaganda machine on behalf of Elon Musk. I mean, on behalf of Trump and the right wing. Full stop. Full stop. And helped him win the election. And then you guys had nothing to say about it. Where's Matt Taibbi? Where's Michael Schellenberger? Where are the Twitter files? Where are the Twitter files? It was all Twitter files, election interference. They're using Twitter to not talk about Hunter Biden's penis. But then Elon Musk did it for Trump. Crickets. You're like, oh, it's base now. And then the other thing was when you guys made such a big deal about voter fraud. Voter fraud, voter fraud, voter fraud. And then the second Trump was announced the winner, all of a sudden you guys have no critique. You're not worried about voter fraud anymore. What happened? What happened? You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit. Trust me, I got my criticisms all day, every day about Democrats and the left. That's pretty much my entire stream today has been about criticizing Democrats and the left. But man, the right is so full of shit. You guys are so full of shit too. Yeah, they won. That was it. They don't believe in voter fraud. It was all, oh my gosh, Hunter Biden's penis pics, Twitter files. But then Elon Musk takes over Twitter and rigs the entire website for Trump. Like, and I'm not even kidding. There was literally an article talking about how Elon Musk got engineers to change the algorithm of Twitter to make it so that people would see his tweets more and right-wing tweets more. He literally rigged Twitter on behalf of Trump. And all where are the Twitter files? Where? New York Times, Hunter Biden's penis pics in the laptop. Gone. No concern. No concern. Went out the window. Michael Schellenberger, Twitter files, where you be? Eric Weinstein? Where's Eric Weinstein? Where? Where's Matt Taibbi? Gone. Gone. So full of shit. And again, it was all on election day. There's a lot of irregularities in the Latino counties. A lot of irregularities. I don't know about all this voter fraud. And then Trump won. And they're like, voter fraud, new phone, who dis? No voter fraud. These are the most secure elections we've ever had, boo-boo. So full of shit. So full of shit. Okay, this is for my lefties, though. This one's for my lefties. Never take seriously anything anyone on the right says about voter fraud again. Never. Voter fraud was never a thing, and they knew it was never a thing. They just did it to delegitimize the election. It was never a thing. So never listen to any bullshit that they give you again about voter fraud, non-existent voter fraud, which isn't a thing. Voter fraud is not a thing. You can't even get people to vote. 13 million people who voted in 2020 didn't bother to show up this time. 13 million people who voted in 2020 didn't bother to show up this time. The right wing's talking about voter fraud. We can't even get people to vote. We can't even get people to get off the couch and go vote. So never listen to them about that again. And also the other thing you should never, ever, 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 ever listen to the right wing about when they claim to care is free speech. They are so full of shit about free speech and censorship. Why? Because again, as I already explained, when it came to Twitter and the Hunter Biden dick pic laptop, it was all about censorship and free speech. But then when it came to Elon Musk buying Twitter and turning it into a propaganda machine on behalf of Trump and the Republicans, MAGA loved it. Conservatives loved it. The right wing loved it. So you guys don't really care about censorship. You don't really care about free speech. And same with the Zionists. The right wing was all about, oh, we're about free speech. We hate cancel culture. You guys remember Ben Shapiro, Barry Weiss, all those hacks, Zionist hacks, Batya Ungar Sargon, free speech, free speech. But then when it came to the Zionists coming in and crushing free speech in multiple areas, the Zionists celebrated it. The Zionists celebrated it. They don't care. They don't care. It was never about free speech. They never believed in free speech. They never cared about free speech. Okay. All those people are so full of shit. Remember the intellectual dark web? Barry Weiss and all those clowns, Eric Weinstein, Rave Dubin, Ben Shapiro, Batya Ungar Sargon, all of them are insane hacks. They're all insane hacks. They don't believe in free speech at all. They're all Zionist shills and Zionist hacks. They're Zionist ops, and they pretend to care about free speech. But then when Elon Musk weaponized Twitter against the Democrats, they cheered it. And when the Zionists came in and crushed college campus protests on behalf of Palestine, they cheered it. They don't care. They never cared. Birthday sex? Oh, I already had it. You kidding me? I'm married, bro. I have it whenever I want. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Candace Owens getting fired. Yeah. Because on the right wing, even though they pretend to be all about free speech, the second you criticize the Zionists, or the Israeli regime, you're gone, son. Thank you, Sean Boots, for the super chat. Happy birthday. Talk about election fraud for 4 years and then puts Trump in. Yeah. I know. It's just amazing how fast it vanished. Like on election day, Trump and right wingers were like tweeting about voter fraud. And then the second people realized that Trump won and that he had won outright and by a decent margin, all of it vanished. Up in smoke. No voter fraud talk. You know what I think, you guys on the left? I think we should do a left version of Stop the Steal. Where's our Sidney Powell? We're still waiting for the Kraken. Remember the Kraken? She was going to unleash the Kraken. The Kraken never came. She's going to unleash the Kraken. We need our own Sidney Powell. We need our own Rudy Giuliani with hair dye going down his face. Let's do our own Stop the Steal. Oh, yeah. The Democrats would never actually do a Stop the Steal. No. Yeah. Our own January 6th. If you really want to scare the right, then we should just bring a bunch of like drag queens to the Capitol on January 6th. Brian, that's a lie. First of all, Brian, it's embarrassing that you won't shut up, that you keep trolling, that you keep talking shit, but you won't even become a member. Stop being a cheapskate and become a member, at least on YouTube, or become a member on Patreon or my Ko-Fi. Okay? That's number one. Number two, you are so full of shit. We had no complaints. No, you did literally until the election was called for him. All day long, right-wingers, including Trump himself, were tweeting about election irregularities and voter fraud until it was announced that he won, and then you guys all dropped it. You need to just admit that you're full of shit. And just admit it. Admit it. All right, Brian, if you don't have money, that's fine, but you need to at least subscribe then. Subscribing is free. Thank you for subscribing, Henry. Okay, Brian, but subscribing is free. No, the thing is, the January 6th would have never happened. The left would never do it. And the National Guard would have shut that shit down immediately. Oh, you guys don't see Brian in chat because he's tweeting from Twitter. He's coming from Twitter. Oh, like burning down cities for a summer? Breakfast taco. I need you to get a new talking point. Brian is just another person in chat, but he's a right-winger. So he said that people didn't care that Trump won because they didn't have any complaints. And I'm like, no, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. They didn't care because they realized Trump won. I wish sometimes that right-wingers would just admit that they don't care and are full of shit. Because they'll try to be all like, we're so real. But like, they're not. Because then when you call them out on their bullshit, they don't just admit that it's about power. That they don't really care whether or not it's true. It's just about power. But they won't admit that. They're like, no, we really care about voter fraud. No, you don't. No, you don't. You guys, the thing is that Republicans are very serious about getting power. And they will do a lot of things to get power. But it's not because they actually care about voter fraud, guys. Voter fraud is not a fucking thing. The problem that we actually have in this country is that enough people don't vote. Like, if you're on Elon Musk's Twitter, all he does is tweet all day about how there's voter fraud and illegals coming in to vote, which is totally made up. And he knows it's made up. They do it because they want to confuse people. That's why, again, the second Donald Trump won, all the concern about voter fraud went out the window. The actual real problem that we have in America is that not enough people vote. There are millions of people that are eligible to vote that just don't bother to because they don't think it's worth it. And that's a big problem with the left and with Democrats. Democrats didn't just lose this election because people voted for Trump. Democrats lost the election because millions of Democrats didn't bother voting. The Democrats need a rainbow coalition. Exactly. I welcome their hatred. Exactly. But we're not going to get that from the Democratic Party. And if you want to know why, go see the video I did on why the Democratic Party can't be reformed. It's not going to happen. In order for the Democrats to win like FDR did, we would need a rainbow coalition that is not afraid to take on the rich and corporations. But we're not going to get that because the Democrats are a corporate party too. They're a corporate party too. The Republicans are a corporate party and a party of the rich. But the Republican voters are fine with that because that's who they are. So the Republicans being for the billionaire class and for the rich and corporations doesn't conflict with their voters because their voters agree with that. That's their voters' worldview. But the left doesn't agree with that. So the Democrats are always going to bump up against that. And they're never going to represent the left because of that conflict of interest. So the left needs a new party. Yeah, this is true too. Half Black Reaper. They the last couple years, anytime a voter fraud case was actually adjudicated, it was a Republican that had done it. The last one I remember reading about was some like congressman in North Carolina that got caught cheating. It's kind of like Zionists, every accusation is a confession. I just forgot to tell you that I have a military court on. Oh my gosh. Why do you have to go to military court? Is it because of that time they stopped you? A Republican official in Indiana got caught stealing ballots. Yeah, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Wait, where is O'Day? Yes, Trump did win the working class this time, and it's because of cultural issues, not because of policy. Because Trump doesn't actually govern on behalf of the working class. Like the only thing Trump actually did while he was in office was pass tax cuts for the rich and corporations. But again, the working class that voted for Trump, it's because they don't disagree with that. That's what I realize. I am a poor, white trash, uneducated working class person. So, like, statistically, most people like me voted Republican this time. But the reason why I realized, because I used to be like, why do people that are working class vote Republican? Because they're voting against their own interests. The Republicans, all they care about is tax cuts for the rich and corporations and deregulating corporations so they can poison you, poison your food and your water. And so I used to be like, why do Republicans do that? Why do they vote against their own interests? Until I realized these two crucial things about the conservative voter and the Republican voter. It's because two reasons: cultural issues. They vote on abortion, they vote on being anti-LGBTQ plus and things like that. The second part is, and wokeness, like they hate like trans people, so they want to vote against wokeness. The other reason is because even poor working class people oftentimes worship billionaires and the rich and corporations and agree with giving them everything because they think it's going to trickle down on them. Like they think they're going to be the next Elon Musk. They think they're going to be the next billionaire. So they agree with giving all the money to them, is what I realized over time. And you see it in the way poor people worship Elon Musk. They think they're going to be the next him. It's not going to trickle down on you, boo boo. O'Day is from Palestine. Guys, O'Day is from Palestine. He lives in the occupied West Bank. And for those of you who don't know, he got stopped by the IOF and harassed and beat up by them a couple weeks ago. And now they're going to make him go to a military court because for those of you who don't know, that's what they do. Okay. Because the IOF are terrorists. And what they do is they go to the occupied West Bank where their illegal asses shouldn't be in the first place because it's not their fucking land or territory. They're breaking international law by being there. And they sit around and they stalk the Palestinians and they harass them and they let settlers come in and beat them up and steal their shit. And then they make Palestinians who are in this apartheid state and this occupied regime go to a military court so they don't even get to go to a civilian court. Guys, one of the reasons why October 7th happened is because the Israeli regime will just take Palestinian children, boys off the street and arrest them without trial. People don't understand how bad it is. Blakely's on point about the left's problems and what they represent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amir. And thank you for the super chat. I'm looking for O'Day. People who think that Trump's going to make the economy better fundamentally misunderstands the way our economy works. And they also misunderstand that the problems in our economy are systemic. It's not a president thing. Like the way that our economy has been so rigged in order to benefit the rich and corporations is a systemic thing that if we really wanted to change, we need to confront. And neither party's going to confront it. And why is neither party going to confront it? Because that's who their donors are. Like people don't get that, really. Trans people are great. I've seen the porn. Oh, there we are. Here today. Yeah, I also have a friend who got 17 months in an Israeli military prison for fighting an Israeli soldier with his bare hands. Man, I don't mean to make light of this, O'Day, because I know that you're going through a lot, and I'm so sorry that I'm going to pray for you. I'm so sorry you have to go to their stupid ass court for something that I know you didn't do, because all they do is terrorize you guys. But low key, there are things that that about his presidency that I'm scared of. But I honestly am having a really hard time getting behind any crocodile tears of people like freaking out or crying or acting like it's the worst thing in the world that he became president. Again, even though I empathize with people who are scared, and there's parts of me who are scared too, but because of Gaza, like, where were your tears for all the children of Gaza over the last year? Maybe you should have held the Democratic Party accountable. Maybe you should have held the Democratic Party accountable for what they did, for what they've done. They are the ones. You can't even blame that on Republicans. You can't blame that on Republicans. And then they go, oh, well, Trump would be worse for Gaza. How much worse can it get? They're already annexing northern Gaza. They're trying to annex northern Gaza permanently under Biden. Seriously. I honestly wish that Trump would be different than Biden on Gaza, but he won't be. He's a cuck to Netanyahu too. They all are. Thank you for the super chat, Mark. I'm trying to see, did my sister text me yet? Hold on, you guys. I have to check to see if my sister texted me. Wait, we did just start. There isn't any places. It's okay. I'll get something when I come to New York. How far are you? Are you here yet? Sorry, it's hard for me to text with my nails. Yeah, Trump said let Bibi finish the job. I know. Yeah, I've never said that I thought that Trump would be better. Because again, Trump is a cuck to the Israeli regime too. They all are. And Miriam Edelson gave him like $100 million. It's unfortunate. I wish we had someone who would stand up to them, but Trump's not going to stand up to them. I just get mad when people are like, oh, well, Trump would be worse. It's like, okay, I actually used to empathize with that argument 6 months ago, right? Like 6 months ago, I was like, yeah, you're right. Trump would be worse. At this point, after everything they've done to Gaza and Biden and Harris have just let it happen, like, shut up. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, you guys, we don't have anyone that's like willing to stand up for the Israeli regime. Stand up to, I mean, for. Stand up to the Israeli regime. Don't you guys think it's interesting that something will happen in this country and only like Democrats will talk about it, or only Republicans talk about it? Republicans and Democrats fight about everything except for the Israeli regime. They hate each other on everything. They hate each other on the economy. They hate each other on trans issues. They hate each other on Medicare for all. They hate each other on taxes. They hate each other on everything except for the Israeli regime. They all agree. They're all in the club. We're all fam here. And anytime anything happens, they all come out like fucking seals in sync, putting out the same tweet and talking points. Just got into a lift. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to start wrapping up the stream because my sister is going to be here soon for my birthday. Yes, for my birthday. As I told you guys, I am not going to be posting as much over the next couple days because, yeah. So, but I will still post. I'll still check in to see what's happening on Twitter and stuff. And I'll still post. I just won't be posting as often as I usually do because I post all the time. As you guys know, I like, this is my job. It's my full-time job. So I usually post all the time, but I'm just going to take a couple days to really spend some time with my sister. And so I will, why can't I get this shit out? I will be posting still. I'll be checking in and posting, and I'll still be checking Twitter. I'm just not going to be posting as frequently as I usually do for the next couple days. But I love you all very much, and I want to say thank you so much for all the super chats. Thank you so much, Ian, for the super chat. I love your stuff. Nice nails. Happy birthday, Free Palestine. He'll be better. I don't know. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. They'll name a settlement in Lebanon after him. Ugh. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys so much. I appreciate all of your super chats today. Thank you so much. If you're not already subscribed to YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube. If you're not already in the Discord is in the YouTube. If you guys go to the tab in YouTube that says like info or about this channel, all my shit's in there. Like my link tree's in there. My other social medias are in there. The Discord is in there. So join the Discord, subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone who not only sent super chats, but who donated to my Venmo if you did. And pray for O'Day. Let's not forget, pray for O'Day. If you're not also, you can become members. If you're not on YouTube, you can also become members on Ko-Fi or Patreon. So join the Patreon or join the Ko-Fi or become a member on YouTube. Or if you don't want to do anything paid, you can just subscribe and follow me on all the other socials. And thank you. I want you guys to know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you. And have fun talking. And we love O'Day. Free Palestine, from the river to the sea, all day here. It's Free Palestine. I love you guys. Free Palestine. Bye, everybody. And thank you again for all the kind birthday wishes. I'll see you guys next week.